What is going on, everybody? I am. I have to kind of give my 2 cents on the whole Schedule One and drug dealer simulator debacle, where drug dealer simulator, of course, had there was reports at first that Schedule One was being having a lawsuit against it by the company, the developer, Movie Games SA, or the publisher for Drug Dealer Simulator for copyright infringement. And then after some much, as you can see up here in this area, some much heated exchange or review bombing, I guess you could say, the company that Movie Game SA came out saying they had to not sue them, but they still have to investigate them for copyright infringement due to some stock market BS. Now, my personal take on that is they said if they don't, that they're most likely going to face some kind of ramification for being negligent, for not at least pursuing it, right? And so the funny thing about this is, of course, is you can see recent reviews overwhelmingly negative. So this just started happening after they've already had some mostly positive reviews. But I do want to point this out, and this is my own opinion before I show you some of the extremely hilarious comments that I've seen on this game. Is one, I don't believe them. I don't believe that they really needed to do a copyright infringement investigation. I think that's just a knee-jerk reaction to this situation. I think it's pretty unfortunate that a game comes along that's fun, like Schedule One, which blows games like Enzoy or whatever, and Assassin's Creed's Shadows out of water as an indie game, and sells more copies than it, and does so well, and that now Drug Dealer Simulator all of a sudden wants to look at them for copyright infringement. As you can see, just before we even go into any more conversation, I have no time on this game. I've only played 4.4 hours of Schedule One, and I played it with my friends. Even though I will say that the game isn't necessarily the kind of game that I could see myself playing like a ton of. I did play it and I thought it was super enjoyable. Had a lot of fun with my friends. But I think the thing that kind of pops into my mind the most is the fact that this other company had to go that far as into, saying, hey, this copyright infringement thing is just is something we have to do, or else we're going to look like we're incompetent. And so one of the things that kind of cracks me up is whenever something like this happens is when they get negatively review bombed, which I kind of see as a good thing and a bad thing. Like, it's good that they're being spoken out against because I think it shows some kind of greediness, but maybe I'm wrong on their company's part, because there's no way that any one game is going to be that good to the point where there's no other games like it, right? So if Drug Dealer Simulator is like not going to be the very first game that ever came out with this ability, and they also are not the last ones are going to do it, right? Like, there's games like Grand Theft Auto back in the day where you could do drug deals and stuff like this. So the fact that they said that is pretty sad. That this is basically, and again, this game is mainly just structured around drug dealing, just like Schedule One is. But there is some very unique differences between old Drug Dealer Simulator here, which is very realistic looking, right? Let's just do this. Let's play a little bit of it. It's all realistic. And I don't know. Great. Yeah, it looks like a dystopian future, but I'm guessing that's just a very bad part of the neighborhood. Opposed to like Schedule One is very cartoonish. You can make your character look, and there's a lot of Breaking Bad references in it. It's a lot of fun, right? But as we go back to DDS, one of the things I wanted to do is I kind of wanted to look at some of the review bombs real quick and just mention them. Now, it's funny though, because this guy right here just got this game. I think he has, how long? 0.1 hours on record. And he came to White Knight for DDS. I played 5 minutes of the game, so I could say it was the worst 5 minutes of my life. Their Discord mods power will ban you instantly upon having a sentence with the word Schedule 1 in it. Must be embarrassing to be beat out by a team of one, but he said recommended. They act like high school kids were mad. They started buying product elsewhere. Game is dog shit. No cars, no real fun. Just another company who thinks they own a set genre of games. I can agree with that. Boring, repetitive. Recommended boring, repetitive, optimized. Play Schedule 1. Was planning on getting the sequel, but since they want to be uptight and try to, these hearts, I guess, are blocking out all the dirty words, which is funny because I can usually see them over a solo dev because of jealousy and greed. They can now go in themselves. Eventually, we'll go from 400 plus remaining players on DDS 1 and the 803 remaining players on DS2 to none, and it will just be a distant memory. Reflecting a recent developer published actions while Drug Dealer Simulator 1. So it's pretty funny. They're getting hit hard. There's some other ones on here. Salty big company trying to sue a small dev that made a game 10 times better than you. But anyhow, instead of fixing your 2 trash games, you sue a dev for making something better. Do not buy this game. Instead, spend money on a quality product like Schedule 1. Wish I could refund a waste of money, not optimize at all. I love this game, but y'all... So this person said, I love this game, but for y'all to sue Schedule 1 simply because they did it much better is ridiculous. Right? Oh my gosh. So, and then, what's funny up here is product received for free. So this guy got the product for free and then still wrote this. Isn't that crazy? That means he got the game sponsored to him. Nah, the other game better. Do your research for flaming the devs. This game is good, I'm sure. What does that mean? How many hours? 4.9 hours. Okay. Not nice. Boring, repetitive, unoptimized. Everything Schedule 1 isn't, and they hate it and try and suing it. Not a cool move to sue. Drug Dealer Simulator publisher Movie Games has launched an IP infringement investigation against Schedule 1. This game is good until a certain point where it's just running around 24/7 avoiding police. It gets old pretty quick. So it looks like some of these negative reviews were kind of before Schedule 1 even dropped. They're quite likely planning to legally strong-arm TVGS into the ground to maintain a hold on initial drug dealer games. I don't think they can strong-arm them, though. I will say that. I don't think they have that ability because the game is just not the same and it's not as good. They would have to show that the games are almost exactly alike. And as you can see, this is very much a realistic game. There's not a whole lot of... it doesn't look good at all. I'm not going to lie to you. Compared to, of course, like I said, if you look over here to Schedule 1, very cartoonish, a lot of fun, different. It's a different look, right? Not only can you... There's other things in this game that you can do besides drug dealing, right? You're buying skateboards, you're picking up trash. It's a pretty cool game. It's a lot of fun. Looks like there's gambling. I haven't got to that part yet. Actually, no, my boy was gambling. He got bored while my buddy was cooking some drugs and went and started gambling. So I don't know, but that is neither here and there. If you have any comments or anything you want to add to this, maybe you think that they're right for product infringement investigation. If you disagree with me, and anyway, please put it in the comments and I will respond to it in a chill way. I'm not gonna sit there and try to say you're wrong. I'll have an actual conversation with you about it. But I do find this quite hilarious that taco ticklers, come on, man, that's hilarious. I do think it's quite hilarious that this is where the game went, that in a genre like this, that they think they own the market, Drug Dealer Simulator, and not Schedule 1 here, who's clearly different in many different ways, right? It's not even the same game. I don't know. You tell me what you think. Do you agree with me or disagree with me? Hit me up in the comments. That's it. That's all I got. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.